Welcome to the Sneaking into the Movies podcast. I'm Max Nathan.
And I'm Norman Davis. And this week, we're coming hot off of Superman. We're just a couple days away from Fantastic Four. But luckily for us, Ari Aster's keeping us fed. That's right, this week we are talking about Ari Aster's new movie, Eddington.
Sneak in with us, and let's go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
We're a little late on our episode this week. It's not our usual Monday morning that we try to hit to the best of our ability.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my fault. And let me tell you why. I went and saw this movie on Sunday. I was ready to record Sunday night, as we typically do.
Yes.
I had the worst theater experience of my entire life. There were 3 groups of adults talking for pretty much the entire movie, like at like this volume. Like they weren't whispering, like talking.
Horrific.
I was so mad. I was so mad. I could not record. I couldn't think about the movie. I was so upset. I was rethinking movies as a whole. I was rethinking humankind as a whole. How could we be like this? Like I'm sitting 2 spots away from you and you're just talking about nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
Was it
like there'd be a taxi on screen. They'd be like, oh yeah, it says taxi. Or anytime it cut between scenes.
those are the worst.
Oh, that's
the
Emma
people who
Stone? Oh no, that's the mom.
the people who are just saying everything that's happening on screen. It's like, how do you people like get through the day? Like I don't really.
Yeah,
I get like conversation. Like obviously that sucks too. But like if you're just talking, like I get that. That's like a normal human thing that we do. Not appropriate to do it in the theater, but I get it. Like you're talking to someone that you want to talk to. What is the who are the narrators? Like
it's like narrating to the person next to you. Like, and they were both doing it. At first, I was like, maybe this guy's blind or something. Nope, just talking the entire time. And like, I was in a smaller theater.
That's ableist, Norman.
Okay. But anyways, I was in a smaller theater, and it was 3-row theater. There's 3 rows and then 3 shitty rows.
Yeah.
Every row had like a pair of adults talking. Like most of the movie. I mean, the worst was people like next to me. They were talking the most. They were a couple seats down. I'm not a confrontational guy.
Yeah.
And honestly, they look like some douchebags, so I didn't really want to mess with it.
No.
But yeah, I was like, oh, I'll move down. Nope. People talking behind me, like halfway through. I hear it goes, it goes in Yellowstone. Like loud. Like no one was there. And honestly, this last part was kind of funny. But halfway through, somebody walked out. Just looked at the audience and went, hope the movie gets better. I don't know. I mean, this was not like the audience you want for A24. I imagine just a lot of people wanted something to see, saw a Western with some good actors, and I mean, it's an Ari Aster movie post. Like, we'll talk about it, but
like Superman's down the hall, bro. Like,
yeah, like go talk during Superman. That's fine. I'll talk during Superman. Don't talk during
you
Superman.
won't talk during Superman.
I won't. I really like that movie. I sit my white ass down and listen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was ridiculous, and I was so upset. I really needed like a couple of days, and forget about that part and appreciate the movie. And I feel like I can do that now. So yeah, Ari Aster's Eddington. It's the 4th film from Ari Aster. Hereditary, Midsummer, Beau is Afraid.
Mm-hmm.
All bangers for my money. Max, would you agree?
I would. Actually, you know what? Okay, here's my hot take.
Oh no, you don't like Midsummer. Right?
Out the gate. Yeah, it's Midsummer. So I only saw that movie one time, and I thought it was really overbloated and long, and I didn't really like it. But I need to rewatch it because I feel like it's one of those that's just going to be like, oh, I was wrong about this. But who knows? It just has a lot of people I like. I feel like I would like it, but it currently, I think I gave it like a 1.5 star on Letterboxd. Like I was really not a fan.
That's a little crazy. I liked it when I first went and saw it. I almost like a couple of years ago, A24 did a re-release on April 1st, and they just did Beau is Afraid like a couple weeks early, and I was like very, very close to going to that. I was like, I've seen Midsummer in theaters. But yeah, no, I like Midsummer. I like Hereditary. I love Beau is Afraid. I think that's one of the craziest movies ever made. We'll
Yes.
never get anything like that ever again in our lives. So yeah, I was pretty excited for this. Like I've enjoyed Ari Aster. Kind of seems like making more of what he wants to make.
Let me ask
Those of
you.
you don't know. Oh, sorry.
Let me ask you before we get into this.
Sure.
Which of those movies, the previous movies, do you think he takes the most from in Eddington?
I don't know. I don't even think it's Beau's Afraid. I mean, kind of, but
I think it
Hereditary.
has to be Beau is Afraid, but
It's definitely like Beau's Afraid, but he really leans into his horror sensibility as a director
there's some of
more
that.
than he did in Beau's Afraid.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just been very interesting to see his career. Yeah, for those of y'all who don't know at home, he didn't really want to do horror. He just kind of saw it as like a horror is like the cheapest kind of movie to make.
They make money, people go see them. It's a good way to sort of get your start, and Hereditary was that for him. That was a
one of the
hit.
One of the defining movies of the 2000s, dare I say.
I agree with that.
And Midsummer was huge too. That was a really, really big movie. I mean, I know it didn't work for you, Max, but generally, I feel like people really like that movie, and especially I feel like with our generation, like we were a teenager in high school at that time, like everyone was going to see that.
I gotta hit the rewatch there. I think
You definitely should.
don't
I got
know.
the Blu-ray. You ever want to borrow sometime? Trade you for Rio, but
for context, we were talking about trading Blu-rays before this, and I have the Bird movie with Jesse Eisenberg, and I was like, Norman, you want this? And Norman, what did you say?
said I wouldn't take it for free. I'm not a big fan of Rio,
Yeah.
but yes, that's Ari Aster. But let's talk about Eddington.
Yeah.
Max, what did you think of Eddington?
So it's very hard to make a movie like this not suck. And what I mean by that is, so you're making a COVID set Western, right? It's really hard to address that time period because one, it happened recently. And two, the problems are real that we were going through during COVID are really easy to satirize in a way that feels really dumb. And we've gotten, I feel like, a lot of movies that just go way, way, way off the rails with the satirization of everything, that it just feels like a bad joke, if you will.
Yeah, and none of us want to think about it because
No.
it's something we've all lived through, and we're all. I mean, we'll talk about it more with the movie, but
Yeah.
the ramifications of a lot of that we're still living through. But the May 2020 that movie set through is something that every single person going to see this movie lived through.
So yeah, there's a lot of avenues for you to like poke holes into it.
Absolutely.
And I think he does a couple of things that make it so that, at least on my end, I'm not poking any holes in this. I think that this is probably the funniest movie of the year so far, straight up.
Definitely.
I also think that this is the best movie of the year so far, straight up.
I don't know if I'm quite there yet, but it's definitely top 2 for me right
Dang,
now.
this
Like,
is not beating Mission Impossible, bro.
No, 28 years later.
Oh,
But
okay.
I
Never
think
mind.
I got a lot to say about this movie. That'll say, but I need more time. Like this is a movie, just
Yes.
full of. I don't know. Can't just walk out and. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I do think it was like incredible. I did absolutely love it. It probably will end up being that number one spot for me if I get to go see it again. But yeah, no, this was fantastic. This was as good as I'd hoped it'd be.
Yeah, I think that, as I was sort of alluding to, he does a couple of things that really make it hard to poke holes into the movie, and I feel like one of those things is the setting. Like, this movie is set in a very, very small nowhere town in the middle of New Mexico. And it makes these massive issues that we all went through feel appropriately silly. Just the way you see these teenagers organizing in the middle of the street And it just looks it looks super goofy. Everything about this movie is super goofy, especially Joaquin Phoenix's character, Joe Cross. Just everything he walks into is just he just has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's all very silly. But yeah, what did you think of Joaquin Phoenix in this movie?
I thought he was great.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he was Beau in Beau's Afraid.
Yes.
And that was just crazy. But yeah, he's so good in this. It's like one of those movies where you can laugh at like anything anyone's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Or like you can be in a theater and like someone will laugh at something and you can be like, why would someone laugh at that? And then you'll laugh at something that no one else laughs at. And I think
Yes.
Joaquin Phoenix has kind of mastered that. And
Mm-hmm.
just a small kind of town sheriff. Yeah. I just want to say about like the setting of Eddington. You know, you and I are some Texas boys.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we're kind of a big red state with a lot of these little cities. So I think that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how involved you are with the cities around you, because I know you live in a bigger city.
Yes.
But yeah, like I know about a lot of these little cities and like how they reacted during stuff like this. So I did really like that aspect of it because I'm from Texas. Where
Okay, so
Eddington could be a place.
With that knowledge that you have and experience that you have, did you feel like you could poke any holes into this as far as like this feels like dumb?
No. I mean, I live in one of those smaller cities right now. Yeah, people are just crazy. And like people, like we live in a state of people who just sit in front of Fox News for 24 hours and just get scared about like what could happen to them.
Really funny Fox News joke in this movie.
Oh yeah, like, really good Fox News joke. But yeah, I really think that he tapped into like that paranoia so well.
Yes.
This fear of everything except for the virus, but the fear of like these things that were happening in big cities, and like we'll obviously talk about it more. This movie takes place in May 2020 during a very specific week in May 2020 where everything kind of changed forever.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would agree with me there, Max.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I did really like this, and yeah, I know I got off topic, but yeah, Joe Cross is such a good character.
Yes.
So funny. That ending just.
Well, the ending is nuts. We'll get into that in a second. This is a spoiler talk, by the way. So if you haven't seen Eddington, go see Eddington.
It's
We're
fantastic.
Gonna get to the nitty gritty here, but Joaquin Phoenix is just, hitting 1,000. Like everything he does, like even like he has these little mannerisms that just make me laugh in this movie. Like when he looks at like Emma Stone's art and he calls it very weird, like that's one of the funniest things in the movie for me. It's so simple and not really like anything, but the way he delivers that line is just hilarious.
It's very Hank Hill from King of the Hill. I've kind of been having a King of the Hill summer, so which is also just kind of a small town in Texas kind of thing. So
yeah,
this movie was kind of really hitting for me and firing all the cylinders.
Yeah,
but yeah, he was so good at just playing like a confused, angry, deep red country guy.
Yeah. You also alluded to something a second ago that I didn't even really think about, where the entire movie, you're not really worried about the coronavirus. Although there is sort of a ticking time bomb at the end of the movie where Joaquin Phoenix we know he has COVID, and there's like a little like, is he gonna die of the coronavirus by the end of this? And you don't know where that's going. It doesn't really end up, it's kind of a red herring, but just the fear of each other during that time and the paranoia that you were getting at. He uses that really well in this movie, and they also use like the backdrop of everything that was going on during COVID, like obviously like the George Floyd and BLM and all of that stuff. It provides such a great ticking time bomb for this movie. Like you're seeing all of the, how how the events unfolded in real life, and you see them starting to get worried and things are changing. Like, there's teenagers organizing in the street, people talking about riots, this, that, and the other thing. It provides such a great like escalation. Like you can see where it's going, and it's such a thrilling. It's just a really thrilling movie. Like I thought he used all of that stuff so well, and in a way that wasn't preachy at all. Like you're really towing the preachy line there when you start to talk about, all of that stuff. And he never makes a misstep, in my opinion. Like it's all super intelligent and super fun and super funny. But yeah, no. What do you think about him using all of these elements of 2020 in that time to create this movie?
No, I mean, I thought it was really, really smart. Like, it's really, like, I was talking about this with someone. Like, imagine watching it like 50 years from now.
Yes.
And like, this is how it was. Like, we're gonna be old heads, and I'm gonna be like, yep, that's how it was. But even like now, like, it's kind of been making me think of that time and like what I was doing. Like, that feels like forever ago now. Like, it already does feel like a time capsule.
Yes.
Obviously, like I said, a lot of the issues and stuff. Then, like, I mean, COVID's still a thing. Like, people still get COVID. We're not on lockdown, or most people aren't wearing masks everywhere anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think he like. It just felt like a very online movie. I was gonna make my Letterboxd review joke was gonna be they made a movie woker and more online than Superman. Yeah, let me ask you: were there too many screens in this one too, or too many expositions on screen?
Okay, so here's where it's different. I think the screens are used masterfully in Eddington.
I 100% agree with you. I knew you were going to say that. But
let's talk a little bit about Brian, because he's probably my MVP of the movie. Brian is essentially a teenager who gets radicalized and then re-radicalized again. We see his Twitter feed is basically, at one point, I believe it was a meme, porn, Trump, murder hornets, and then the girl he likes, which, great representation of an
Twitter.
algorithm there.
Yeah.
that felt pretty accurate. So yeah, he just wants to get with this girl named Sarah, and things are going wrong from the jump, and he just goes so far down the rabbit hole. Basically everybody around him is also on social media, like that's obvious. But they're all going so far down this rabbit hole, and it gets to the point where he is like unbelievably radicalized to the point where he's at family dinner talking about dismantling whiteness, and it's so great. It's so funny. It's amazing.
So funny. That was one of the biggest laughs for me and my theater.
Yeah. There was
his dad used some colorful language, but
yes,
it was really good delivery.
There's a couple of good uses of colorful language in this movie.
Yeah, I don't want to harp on it too much, but there's a really, really good one in Beau is Afraid with a very specific, very naughty word, and they use that naughty word again.
I'm trying to remember that in Beau is Afraid. I don't remember that coming up in Beau is Afraid.
It's the same word Joe Cross says.
I assumed that one.
So it's the scene in Beau is Afraid where the daughter's about to eat all the paint.
Oh yeah,
she calls him a pussy word bitch, and it's like it's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like South Park humor,
Yeah.
But it works. Like you can tell when it's tasteful.
Yeah.
This movie was so funny.
Yeah.
It
just felt it felt very authentic.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to make a movie like this given the subject matter, given the recency of the actual historical time period that it's depicting. This is hard. This is really hard to make something this intelligent, this funny, this smart. I said intelligent twice, basically.
And not have me rolling my eyes the entire time.
Exactly. It's simply masterful. And I think, like, even as a, filmmaker, Ari Aster has just grown so much over the years. Like, I don't know if it's, I obviously watch a lot of Wes Anderson. I assume Ari Aster does, because I was feeling some Wes, like, visually, with just how elegant everything feels, like with his the way he uses his camera, the way he has, specifically the scene where Joe Cross walks into the quote unquote riot it felt chaotically elegant, if that makes sense. And that feels
this whole
very...
movie kind of does.
Yes. And I just love that. I think that he's really sort of... I think that is a key characteristic of his style that he's been developing over the years, and he's really gotten to a place where I think he's just... Basically, you know... He's top tier. He's top tier. Let's just leave it there.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it really helps with... I was thinking Eddington, but low-key all of his movies, like... Every scene is so tense, like... Mainly in Eddington, but in all of his movies. Like, it feels like at any point someone's just going to pull out a gun and shoot the person they're talking to.
Yes.
And I think, yeah, being so, like, elegant and careful and crafted, like, help balances that to where you're not just, you know, cringing or kind of looking away, but looking the entire time.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see where he goes from here. Because, yeah, this was something.
It's so nuts. Let's do a comic book brain corner.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Can you guess what I'm about to say here?
No.
No. Okay. So let's go into Max's comic book movie brain corner. There's a part of this movie where, at the end of the movie, so they arrest Michael Ward and they're trying to frame him for Joe Cross killing Ted Garcia, which is Pedro Pascal's character. By the way, super shocking death. I did not... The way that he shot that, like we were saying, just very visually elegant, and it's horrific violence.
I'm going to be honest, the second they cut into his living room and, like, him watching TV on the phone, he did. I was like, no part of my mind was like, he's going to make it out of this alive. The son got me. I didn't think they killed the son, too. But
I thought he was going to, like, get up. Like, they shoot him in the arm, it looked like, but no, he didn't get shot in the arm.
And they even have something later where his like the little girl they're all chasing is like, are you sure he's dead? And I was like, oh, maybe he didn't die. I didn't think there was gonna be anything super... Were you expecting some kind of supernatural element to this movie, or I wasn't,
like, as part of the comic book movie brain corner?
Oh, no, I meant...
Or just in general?
Part of Eddington, but yeah, go back
I did not expect a supernatural element. Were you? That would have been interesting.
No.
I don't know how it would have come in.
I mean, obviously, Hereditary and Midsommar have that.
Yeah.
Beau's Afraid is, like, literally out of this world, but yeah, no, this felt pretty... It's ridiculous and over the top, but pretty, down to earth.
Yeah.
Sorry, back to the comic book corner.
Yeah, back to comic book movie brain corner. So he kills Ted Garcia, and they frame Michael Ward's character named Michael, and then Antifa breaks him out and then sets up this scheme, which is a whole nother thing that I want to talk about, which we'll get into in a second. And they put Michael Ward in an open desert area, and there's landmines, and they all get blown up because the guy from Yellowstone walks.
The guy from Yellowstone.
Yeah,
as the guy in my theater said it.
Walks and trips over a landmine, or maybe the drone drops a bomb. I don't know. I don't really know what happened there. Some shit blew up. That's all you need to know. And so everybody, guy blew up fully. His arm comes off. Joe Cross is kind of fine, and Michael Ward is down, and he has half of his face scarred. And I was like, that guy could be Harvey Dent. Little Batman 2 action, maybe.
I didn't think about that one bit. I'm gonna be honest with you, but
yeah, that's you got to get to my level of brain rot for that.
I was worried you could hit me with like Joker and Mr. Fantastic when you said comic book. I was like, please don't do this right now.
I wasn't thinking about that, but yeah, no, that was present, I guess.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal was like, he's in a lot of stuff, man.
He's in so much. He was supposed to be in Weapons, and he dropped out to do one of these movies, probably. Materialists, Eddington, and Fantastic Four are the three movies he has out. But
I saw some ridiculous. Like chud on Twitter complaining about it. I was like, this is how like movie stars used to be, though.
Yeah.
And Pedro Pascal, like, that dude is putting the work. He's been on TV for so long. Like, you go back and watch so many old popular shows like Narcos. He's there, Game of Thrones. Like, he was popping up in everything, and he's just like blowing up in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see, you know.
Truly,
he's a great actor. I think this was his best performance. I haven't seen The Materialist, but I think this.
You haven't seen Materialist yet?
I know. I'm getting around to it.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's up there on the list. I didn't like Past Lives at all. So
I wasn't crazy about it, but I liked Materialists more. I did like Past Lives, but I wasn't like, well, this is the best movie ever, like a lot of people were. Not to be a contrarian, but I don't know.
I like really didn't like it. I was pretty turned off by the Materialist. Just
interesting.
I'm gonna watch it soon though. I've been wanting to watch it. I didn't have anyone. Yeah, I'm gonna get around to it. It's definitely something I plan on watching when I can.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think this was his best performance, unless he's better than the Materialist, or you have a better Pedro Pascal performance.
He is delightful in both movies in a surprisingly similar way. Like Materialists, honestly, I feel like these filmmakers are we're in a really good spot. Like Celine Song also is really coming into her own. I felt like in Materialists, like that movie had such a sharp humor to it that's not dissimilar from Eddington. Surprisingly, I mean, like, because that wasn't really present in Past Lives from what I remember. But yeah, no, there's just a lot of really funny stuff from Materialists that is purely dialogue and line delivery. And that comes from direction, obviously. Like, it just feels it's a funny movie. It's a funny movie.
Yeah, maybe check it out.
And Celine Song, I think she's coming into her own. But yeah, no, Eddington. Let's talk about Antifa, Norman. So Antifa plays a big role at the end of this movie, and it is obviously a very exaggerated version of whatever Antifa was. It was kind of just, something that Trump made up from what I remember. But yeah, Norman, what was your opinion of the inclusion of Antifa being the entire third act, basically? Antifa comes to Eddington.
I thought it was like a funny kind of troll thing. Because, I mean, like we said, I just want to say the scariest part about this movie is like a lot of our country lives like this, and still, like the way the people are in these movies, like these aren't totally characters. But I thought it was so funny because like these little fucking towns of nowhere were like, Antifa's coming for us next. And like people were so crazy, like there was that like one white couple who just like would stand outside in their yard with their guns. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
Like those people were like they were just waiting for people to come and kill them. So I thought it was really funny that Eddington, this tiny town, like Antifa was coming in on this private jet, like clearly working for some greater power, like people think Antifa is.
They had a lot of funding.
Yeah, like there's some, but that's what people think. People think like it's some big coordinated, Rothschild, Murdoch, whatever the fuck kind of money.
Yeah.
And like it's not. It's just being anti-fascist, and like it's not like some sector. It's just people show up with pins and shirts and stuff, and kind of organize. So I didn't not like this though. Like
no,
in real life, like I'm putting up quotes for Antifa. Like if you even really call it that, it's not like that. Like it's just people who meet up and I don't know, need a group to complain about how awful everything is, which I don't think is too bad. They're not killing politicians or whatever like they do in this.
Yeah,
people think it's gonna happen to them. There's just such paranoia. I thought it was hilarious that he was just like, "Yep, Antifa's coming in their private jet, and they have bombs and they have flamethrowers, drones, and
snipers."
Yeah, I really liked that. I thought it was really funny. I couldn't believe it. I was just like shocked, like my jaw dropped when they showed that plane.
Yeah,
like, no way he's doing this, and he did it, and it's just so good. It's such a good bit.
It's like the best time capsule, I feel like. I feel like, people right now are not reviewing this very positively. It didn't get a great cinema score, and the Letterboxd rating even isn't that high. I think it's sitting at a 3.4, which I think is interesting. Like, I would have expected, like, at least Letterboxd to be a little bit higher on this. Just the general movie-going public. It's interesting.
Cinema score.
I believe it got a C+, but I'm not sure about that.
I think a lot of old people are just watching the trailers and seeing a Western with Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro. I think that's what happened in my theater, which is why everyone was acting like a baby the entire time. Yeah. I think they're just they're seeing a Western-ish movie with two great actors, so they're kind of like I don't think everyone going to see it is like, oh yeah, Beau's Afraid was so awesome. Let's go see what's next.
No.
We were, and we really liked it.
We're the two guys.
Yeah, we're the two guys. But yeah, no, I mean, it felt like made to be divisive, and
Yeah.
that's how Beau is Afraid felt too. Like it's made to have conversations, and like you can't make a movie like that and expect everyone to like it.
Yeah. I just think like it's I get it that it's a little divisive right now, but like I feel like in 10, 20 years this is going to be a Titanic movie for like cinema history. I don't know.
I think, especially with the Letterboxd crowd, I think the movie's really stupid, and I mean that in like the absolute best way possible.
Mhm.
And I think there's a lot of people who are like so up their own ass and pretentious about stuff
Mhm.
that they just don't like stupid, or they're like, "Oh, I see what you're doing, and it's stupid." So I don't know. That's
That
off
could
the
be
top of my
happening.
head. What I'd say is a big thing with a lot of these
Yeah.
egos on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it worked for me. I liked it a ton. I really, really liked it.
I did too.
Easily, yeah, one of the best movies I've seen this year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, even the going back to Antifa and that third act, just the action filmmaking as well. I don't think we've seen. I mean, there's some Beau is Afraid stuff. There's that chase scene where that big ass dude like is chasing Beau for the entire movie and ends up finding him, and there's a big sort of action scene there. But this is like legit action. Like Joaquin Phoenix has like what is essentially like a turret on his chest. Like I don't know, like a minigun, right?
Fucking
It's-
incredible. Yeah,
yeah.
it was like unbelievably well directed. So tense. Like
Yeah, and the
I was
camera
gritting
goes
my
like
teeth.
over his shoulder and back, and we're racking focus from his head to the buildings around him, and it's so he's so paranoid, and you're like, you're also sitting there going like, where is Antifa right now? This is like,
Yeah.
is it? I thought at one point that when he started shooting into the town, that Antifa wasn't really Antifa. It was like the entire town shooting back at him because he told them to arm themselves. And I thought
Yeah.
we were going to have something like that happen. But no, it's really funny when it culminates with Brian just taking the guy out. That was good stuff. And then he becomes Kyle Rittenhouse, basically.
Yeah.
Goes and
Meets Marjorie. Oh,
Yeah.
that was the biggest laugh in the movie was him with
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
yeah. Also, vaping in a movie, like, it's never not funny, in my opinion. Like, I've seen a couple movies do that recently.
Midsummer has the best vaping in a movie ever. Like,
Does
by
it? I don't
far,
remember
bar
that.
None. Will Poulter, he's in it, right?
Yes.
It's him.
Yep.
It's not the
Yep.
other guy that looks like him. Is vaping or hitting a dab pen the entire time? Like it's the best vaping performance I've seen in a movie ever.
That would be an interesting podcast. Best vaping movies.
It's Midsummer. This is
It's
it.
that's
Midsommar.
it. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like the most modern movie ever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw someone getting clowned on Twitter for saying it's made the first truly modern film in it, but it kind of feels that way.
Yeah. I think it's amazing. Like I think this is easily the best movie of the year, and it's so funny and so great. And yeah, I just this like I don't even know. I'm just like speechless at this point. Like this is like one of those movies for me.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to watch this over and over again over the next coming years. The same way with Beau's Afraid. I check it out every couple of months,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'll be the same way with Eddington. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Like I said, like 20, 30 years from now, going back to this movie and just being like, there is a 20, 30 years from now, but going back and being like, damn, this is how it all started, huh?
Yeah.
So
Oh, we got to talk about the ending really quick before we go. It's so ominous. We finish off with Michael Ward's character, like just shooting by himself, still practicing, and we end with this final shot of the data center with the town just in the background, and the data center gets talked about throughout the movie, and it's just
Yeah.
like, a chilling portrait of what's next. And I think that's it. Was I guess you could be like, if you're gonna be all, oh, too obvious. Like you can sure, whatever.
mm-hmm.
It's deeply ominous and effective, I think.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, this movie was fantastic, start to finish. I loved it.
Yep. And I think that's gonna do it for us. You got anything? You got any other thoughts on Eddington?
Not really. Yeah, I mean, I'm also a little speechless. Just I think this is a movie you have to go see to kind of get. We'll be back next week with a little more Pedro Pascal time.
Yes.
Fantastic Four, a movie we've been ranging from excited to cautiously optimistic for.
Yeah.
But hoping for the best,
Hoping for the
Superman
best.
was good. Let's hope we can get 2 good comic book movies in the same year for the first time since God knows when.
We'll be on video for that as well.
We will be on video, our first episode on
First
video.
time.
So, super excited about that. But anything else, Max?
No, just thanks for sneaking in, and we'll see you next week.